What's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Teen Titans issue number 29, part 3 of the Terminus Agenda storyline, You Win or You Die. First off, let's talk about this cover art, and I'll go ahead and set this thing down right here. I love this poster. I mean this cover to the issue. I think it looks great. I just love Slade with the giant hands, just kind of forcing the team into conflict, even though he's really just chained up the whole time, and he's somehow in Robin's head, and Damian's thinking like he's never really thought before. We'll get into that when we get to the issue. So, per usual, we're going to go ahead and read the synopsis here. The Terminus Agenda Part 3, after their last mission nearly ended in disaster, the Teen Titans are coming apart at the seams. As Deathstroke's influence over Damian reaches new heights, the team must evaluate how far they are willing to go on their war on crime. And with the Teen Titans seemingly on the brink of destruction, a new threat reveals itself, and the worst enemies of all come from within. So there's definitely a traitor amongst the teammates, and a lot of evidence is kind of all over the place. I have a few theories, per se, about who it could be, but it's either because Damian's got his fear and paranoia. Part of me thinks he's being manipulated, and he's actually the person doing it himself without him realizing it, kind of like how Roy Harper was in Young Justice Season 1, where it was the clone Roy Harper, and he had no idea he was secretly the mole of his team. So that's a potential possibility, because Damian has been acting normal ever since he put on Jin's ring back in issue, God, I don't even know what issue it was like 22 or something like that. It was that issue where she needed to tap into her powers, so it was one of the earlier issues in this Glass run, per se. So he's a potential person. I still think Jin is very fishy. There's definitely something going on with her that she's not being let on, so she's a possibility. And then we have Crush, Roundhouse, Emiko Queen, Kid Flash. So it's possible it could be Kid Flash as well. I don't know why he would do this, but there's definitely a mole amongst her team. So we don't know necessarily who it's going to be. My money is it's going to be on Jin. That's the person who's causing all these problems on the team. She's just too suspicious. But then again, that would be too obvious. Or it's Damian, who doesn't even realize what he's doing because he's having nightmares and he's seeing shit because somebody did something to him and he doesn't realize it because he's just acting like an idiot. And out of all the characters in this run, he's the one who's suffering the most because pretty much everything in regards to him is just like every other character is just sort of there's slight regression with Emiko. The new characters are new characters, so you can't really regress characters who haven't really been introduced yet. Wally West, or Wallace West as I'm going to call him, is just kind of there. He's like the moral high ground of the team, but he feels really isolated from the rest of the book. I feel like this team's just not really like interacting as a whole. It's kind of like everyone's really isolated, and you'd think by now it's been like 10, 11 issues in this run, they're not really together as a team. You don't feel the team really coming together at this point. I think there was like earlier on I was feeling it, like it was going to happen, but upon right now, I don't feel this team has really earned themselves to become a team. The previous Teen Titans was like 5 issues, and they were like, I mean, they had their issues. Those were the first arc. They were like, okay, we're a team now. We're going to work together. We're going to get things done. This is taking way too goddamn long for this team to really come together. And then even if you read the solicitations, like, oh, the team's on edge, they're not agreeing with each other. I'm like, how is this a good team book? There should be some unity amongst the teammates, and there really hasn't been, like, this whole time. This team is just ready to break apart at any second. And I don't know about you, but I feel like a team really should be together, like, as a unit. At least if you can't do it within 10 issues, like, how long is this thing going to take? Is it going to take like 50 issues? Is it going to take like 30 or 20 or however many? It's just, we're almost not a year up to this point since this current run has started. I think it was July of last year, and the team should be coming together more. That's all I'm going to say. I just feel like it's not really there yet. So, but anyways, so the issue begins. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Wallace West is confronting Damian about his whole prison situation. Emiko finds out. She gives him shit. They give him shit. Then we get kind of this really cringeworthy scene where Wallace is just like talking to Roundhouse. He explains something about how he built his suit, and there's some really bad dialogue here that just gets kind of annoying. Bro, real talk, that sounds hella cat racist. Oh god, I don't like this guy. I don't like Roundhouse. I think his design's stupid. I've tried to get behind him. It's just not working. It's really annoying at this point. I oh god. Yeah, we also find something else too about him. He says his mom helped him design the suit, which if you read, it was like a few issues ago. I think it was 25 or 26, where Kid Flash went to visit him and his mom. And his mom seemed kind of clueless. Didn't really get across that major in nuclear engineering. She just was like, "Oh, you're just like that show," or blah blah blah. I'm like, what? She's this major in nuclear engineering and she's just acting like that? I don't know. Maybe this was a retcon to that, or just they just didn't have it planned out enough. I don't know. It just kind of bugged me a bit. So then we get that. Then we get something I wanted to see, which is Damian and Emiko training together. But Damian is like turning into Deathstroke, who I'm going to catch hell for that one. He's kind of turning into Deathstroke right here a bit, where he's seeing Deathstroke. Deathstroke's like, "You're going to kill me, I'm going to fix you." You know, Damian never used to let villains get to him. When has a villain really gotten to him like this? I mean, like in previous runs, it's like he always had like the upper edge, but it feels like nowadays like everything just keeps falling apart for this one character. Like all the other characters, I'm not worried they're going to do anything bad with them. It's always Damian you have to worry about, because every time a new writer comes in, they regress him, they take him down, they tear him down, and then they go through the same cycle over and over again. The whole, like, this is issue 29 of a specific Teen Titans run. It's not a reboot, it's still a continuation. They probably should have just called it like New Teen Titans issue 1 as opposed to calling it like issue 29. The whole run was about that previous team finally coming together, and you know, they're finally all together, and then they get broken up in Justice League No Justice for whatever stupid reason. They just wanted, it was just a cheap excuse to shuffle all the teams, and we never even got to see them break up. Like, how would you feel if you're reading a book, you don't read Justice League No Justice, and you're reading the Teen Titans book, you're like, okay, issue 19, then we go to issue like the special in issue 20, like, where's the previous team? So you read Justice League No Justice, you're like, okay, what broke this team up? We didn't see nothing. There's no evidence. Why did this team break up? What is going on here? Why is everyone gone? In fact, those characters that went off, like Wallace and Raven and Beast Boy, went to the Titans book, which, by the way, that book is over with. Ended at issue 36, because that book, if you lose Wally West, you lose Dick Grayson, you're going to lose that book. I'm sorry. The current team lasted just a few issues, and then they were gone. So Titans is done. Teen Titans is hanging on. I know we got... definitely, there's still a bunch of issues that have at least been announced. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I feel like DC always needs to have at least like a Teen Titans book going on, so this is what we're going to get. So yeah, Damian, he's going crazy. He's seen Deathstroke. Even Emiko Queen realizes it. He even tries to choke her out at one point. He's just like, do it. It's like that episode of Teen Titans, the TV show, where Robin's seeing Slade everywhere. It feels like they're kind of retreading that. And then we get the shit that's just really annoying me. Right here, you'll see it right here. We were both raised to kill Red Arrow. She's like, we both have blood on our hands. Of course we do, but we've broken those patterns. Haven't we? Okay, and then they're here at Mercy Hall, which I feel like, man, I miss Titans Tower. I really, really miss Titans Tower. I feel like the Teen Titans should be at it. I understand they're trying to be more secretive with this thing, but come on, it's the Teen Titans. I mean, it's a fictional world. Bring back Titans Tower. I really, really miss Titans Tower. I feel like there's a lot of things I'm missing. I'm missing kind of like the more upbeat stories. I'm missing the team bonding some more. I'm not feeling a Teen Titans book anymore, if you guys know what I mean. But, you know, some people are liking it. I know that for sure. There's some elements I like, and then there's things I dislike. So, alright. Anyway, so other stuff, nonsense that happens here. More cringeworthy dialogue from Roundhouse. I guess kind of annoying. Crush tells him the truth about how she's into Jin. He didn't realize she was a lesbian. I don't think she's bi. I think she's just straight up just a lesbian, which, you know, fine. No big deal. She goes to confront Jin about the whole situation. Then we get this right here. Assuming my internet loads while I play this clip. Not play the clip, but let's go to this page right here. Of course it doesn't load. But anyways, let's I'll just go ahead and pull it up on the issue right here. So there, you see it right there, because that's not loading. There you go. Crush and Jin are kind of a thing now. I don't know. She doesn't really seem to respond to it at all after it happens. God, come on. There we go. God, why is it skipping that page? I don't know. It's stupid. But anyways, it goes here. But for some reason, the page where they quote-unquote kiss, actually they do kiss, but they don't show up. But anyways, you get the point. You saw it right there. So yeah, so Jin goes to her session with Robin, the typical stuff. Damian starts questioning about killing again, and it's annoying because he's gotten past this. Ever justified. What the fuck? This is so irritating. Why? Why are we going back to this shit again? That was the whole fucking point of Robin's Son of Batman, was to move past it. I was even reading like one of the most recent issues of Super Sons. He's just like, I found out that there's a better way. That killing isn't right. Yada yada yada. And now he's going back to it. Fuck. This whole run is just meant to destroy this character. It's just like overly depressing. There's no joy. It's just, why is he going back to killing again? What good has this done? What good character work has been done towards Damian in this run? He has suffered the most out of every single character in this. There's a lot of people who like the direction of Super Sons. That's gone. We're never going to get that back again. I know Bendis is going to reunite them in the Leviathan event, but chances are it's not going to be very good because the Superman titles that he's writing are quote-unquote are not very good. They're pretty darn bad. A lot of people will let you know about that. There's such a huge downgrade from the amazing Dan Jurgens and Peter Tomasi runs that we got previously. But yes, what good has this done Damian as a character? You've regressed him. He's more psychotic now. You're going back to when he started, which is not the fucking point of a character. He would be a much more beloved character if you actually followed through with his development, truly changed him as a person. Like, even his personality is kind of gone too. He's lost that sass. And I feel like the sass is a huge trademark of Damian. Obviously, people change as they get older, but that sass, it's just like, he's got to have a bit of that sass, when he's talking shit to villains. It's just not there anymore. Like the funniness of it, when he's being a dick to villains, he's funny as hell. But no, it's no games anymore. He's just looks miserable in this entire run. So I just don't see a point in regressing characters. I think you should regress them towards the light better, but of course we can't have nice things like that. So anyways, all the villains in this prison, this with the Teen Titans being kind of psychotic, are doing their Emiko Queen is talking to Slade. She's like, I want you to stop messing with Robin's head. He even offers her money so she doesn't, he even offers her money to say, like, hey, I'm not going to kill Robin if you, pay me money because I'm a contract killer. If you do that, doesn't matter if it's $1, whatever's in your pockets, just offer me that. We'll be square. Because that's part of her deal. And she gives him some shit. And then we get some of this bits right here. Okay, so, oh boy. So Emiko's doing her thing. Wallace has found out about the whole situation. And he confronts her about it. It's like, how do you do this? She talks about how they need a moral center to their team. We get moments like this, and I'm just like, oh god, no. Just as long as it's not another ship or relationship. This book has like 5 love triangles already. We don't need another one. I can. Based on my history, I know where a lot of this stuff goes to. I know people are always like, well, they're opposites. They need to be together. I'm like, no, not these two. No. Just keep it away. Just don't. That's all I gotta say. Just don't make it a thing. But anyways, here's the most interesting part of the whole issue. This is the part that intrigues me the most. So, what are you going to do? Blah, 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 blah. So, anyways, we see somebody in the prison right here. Slade's just like, I can hear you breathing, kid. You're going to sit in the shadows all night. So, everything gets unlocked. Slade's just like, see you on the other side. So, somebody is down here with Slade, who's chained up, and releases all the prisoners. Therefore, Damian wakes up from his nightmare. And then the worst part of the whole issue, I brought the devil to my door, and it's only a matter of time to crush everything and everyone around him, leaving me little choice. I thought the darkness of my past was behind me, that I could find a new way to defeat my enemies. I was wrong. This is the biggest fuck you to years of character development I've seen in a long time. It's so fucking frustrating. Why? What good has this done this character? How has he progressed in any way? How has he gotten better? No, it's literally the exact opposite. They're turning him into a villain. It's going backwards. This is just bad. This right here is just infuriating because this is why the character gets kind of a divisive reaction by some people, because you constantly go back to doing this time and time again. If you actually progressed it and kept it more along the lines of the Super Sons book, which is pretty much gone in July altogether after that, which sucks. Poor Jonathan Kent aged up for whatever dumb reason. I mean, there's no good reason to age him up. It's just because he doesn't want to write a kid. That's my insight into it. I don't see a reason to age Jonathan Kent up because you've already brought back Connor Kent. You already have that teenager, and he's writing him, and he's got like a family and all that. I guess now you have no reason to age up Jonathan Kent, and you have no reason to do this with Damian because you just want something more edgelord and dark. Maybe it's because I'm late and tired, but I've read the issue. I guess he's got a little Gotham jersey. Yeah, he's just a fucking kid, and you got all this shit going on. And then all the villains are coming out because somebody let them all out. So I don't know who let them all out. I pretty much just went through like page by page, but I don't care today. It's pretty late at night. It's like fucking 12:30. It's like Good Friday when I'm recording this, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess I will go into some theories of who it might be. Overall, the issue, I have, like I said, my gripes with it are the character regression moments and the cringeworthy dialogue with Roundhouse. I think that was, he's just annoying. Like, I can't stand him. Like, why? Couldn't you have put Maya Ducard in there? Maya's pretty cool. You could have added somebody else. Keep Beast Boy on the team. Keep Raven on the team. I'm just not getting behind Roundhouse at all. I think he's the most annoying character on the list. I actually kind of hope he turns out to be like this super secret villain, just so the team can, go after and try and stop him, because he's just annoying at this point. In terms of who let everybody out, I don't think it's Emiko Queen. I don't think it's Damian, or it's potentially Damian because he's having all these nightmares and waking up seeing all the team being released, but yet here they are all getting released. So it's possible that he's under some sort of mind control or spell and he doesn't realize what's going on, and maybe that's why he's going to end up killing Slade, because we know it's going to happen. We know that's what it's been leading to. We know it's going to be the complete just destruction of everything that's been built up with this character over the past couple of years, and just complete regression, complete just all the wrong decisions you could be making. Like, I mean, why are we doing this? Like, just why? Just why all the fucking character regression? It's annoying. It really, truly is annoying to see, because, it's hopeless. Like, it just means if you turn you go from villain to hero, like, it's a great redemption arc, and then you take all that way just to turn somebody back into a villain. What was the point of me getting invested all that time just to see them go bad in the end? That's not fulfilling. That's not hopeful. That's the exact opposite of hopeful. It's like despair. It's not satisfying. It's a very unsatisfactory conclusion. It's like, well, it's the real tragedy of all. He's destined to become, like, fuck that. You want to give a hopeful story? Somebody who completely overcomes their demons, goes fully into the light. But we just can't have that. We can't have nice things. Yeah, I was giving this run a chance. I'm still going to be reviewing it constantly, but I'm just having some issues with the stuff they're really doing with Damian. Emiko Queen, her personality's gone too, for the most part. She's just pure angst, but her sass in that she had in the Percy run is of Green Arrow, and even the issue of Teen Titans is gone. Her dynamic with Damian was great in there, but that's just kind of not there at all. The whole love triangle thing is getting annoying at this point. I'm just like, and if they add Wallace and Emiko, here's what's going to happen. I'll tell you what. So they're going to regress Damian. They're going to take, I'm talking like he's a real person. I know it's just all fictional characters, blah, 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 blah. But here's what I'm going to call is going to happen. They're going to have him kill Slade. They're going to destroy all the character development they've had over the past couple years. Just completely just go back to being a killer again. Just destroy everything that was, came before it. So they're going to do that. He's not going to end up with Jin. Jin's going to end up with Crush. So then he's going to be heartbroken there. And they're probably going to set up Red Arrow and Kid Flash, which means he's going to be devastated there because the other girl that he liked, which we've seen earlier in the run, is going to end up with something else. So he's going to be completely alone. And then all sorts of other shit's going to happen to him because that's what's up. And, why is this story even a crossover? Like, it's just, what is going on? What is the point of the storyline? I was thinking it was gonna be some big events like involving Jericho and everyone else. Say what you want about the Lazarus contract, but that was an event. That was a crossover. This shit, it doesn't feel like it really needed to happen. I don't see the point in it at this point. Like one issue is just Deathstroke's. All we really needed to know was, hey, I'm gonna get you to kill me at the end of this book. That's how I'm gonna fix you. That's it. This issue is just, I guess, kind of dealing with that. I don't know. The epilogue was useless. It's just to get Slade into it. Slade gets captured issue 1. Nothing really much happens in the second part of that, except he just comes to the conclusion he's going to fix him. You could have done all that in issue 1. This issue is just kind of, I guess, the growing relationship between these two. The further just regression of Damian, the complete destruction of his character as a whole. And then the next issue is just going to be more depressing stuff, I guess. It's going to be the Deathstroke one. That's where he's going to, completely destroy all his character development. But, who am I? I'm just a consumer. I guess it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't fucking matter. So you hope for the best, but DC is just not delivering the way I want it to. So I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I am. I hope it gets better. I hope this team gets better. I want to see this be more of a Teen Titans book. It feels so distant from that anymore. It's just, I know a lot of people who like it, and there's a lot of people who don't. They're just not satisfied with the direction. But it's overly angsty, just so much angst. It's a little, you can have some dark elements of Teen Titans, but there's got to be that fun camaraderie amongst the teammates. Like these heroes are miserable. Like none of them are happy except for, I guess, Roundhouse, but he's just fucking annoying. And then Wallace West just got ego. There's no balance amongst this team. Like the previous team, yeah, they're still like teammates having fun. There's still that sense of hope. This run has no hope. DC, what was the point of DC Rebirth? Like DC Rebirth is dead completely. That was about restoring the hope to the DC universe. And for a while it did. But now it's gone. And Doomsday Clock keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So this is all set before that. So we know we're going to inevitably get to that point. And I know this summer their big thing is the year of the villain, because we haven't had that angsty, depressing stuff enough already. It's all gone. No, I don't mind dark titles, as I've stated before, and I don't mind you having a few depressing stories, but when every single storyline that you have coming out is angsty, depressing, miserable to read, it's just not a fun universe to play around in. I'm sorry. I want to get past this. The only joyful book that they have is Adventures of the Super Sons, and that's a flashback book. I can't think of any other book that just embodies hope and optimism, because the Superman books are miserable, the Kents are written really stupid, the Batman books, the Nightmare arc is just been like 7 or 8 issues of nothing. I like Detective 1000, that was pretty good, but other than that, the Tomasi detective run is good so far, but I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. Nightwing, oh god, don't even get me started on Nightwing. Well, I guess Young Justice is more of that lighthearted book, so they still have something. Just overall, it's not a fun universe to be around in, so. Yeah, I've kind of rambled on it a bit, which is what I typically do in these little reviews and breakdowns of the issues. Voice my grievances, just go on and talk and talk and talk. But anyways, I want to know your thoughts down below. What did you think of this issue, since I pretty much went over like every little bit that I could. Some bits I kind of just skimmed over just to get to certain points and issues I had with it. But let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think the so-called traitor is going to be? Do you think it's just going to be Damian with mind control? Do you think it'll be Jin? I can't see it really being Emiko Queen, because she's really has shown concern for Robin. She even went out of her way to confront Deathstroke. It's possible Wallace West released them all, but why would he do that? I don't know. There's something going on here that we're not seeing, and it's going to be like the big twist, but there's going to be a traitor on the team, and I don't know who it is, because they haven't shown it in the solicitations, unless the solicitations have been intentionally misleading. So we'll see who it ends up being. And then the next issue is the Deathstroke one, so yeah, I'm so thrilled. You can tell. I've been dreading it. I've been dreading it for a while. and now it's finally here. The completion of the destruction of Damian's character is upon us. So, alright. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the issue below and some theories and stuff you guys want to talk about. I'm all here. So, alright. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Have a happy Easter. If you don't celebrate it, have a happy weekend. And, yeah, I hope everything's good with everyone. I really do. I truly hope you're all having a wonderful day. And if you disagree with me, you really like the issue, please let me know. Disagree with me. Yeah, absolutely. It's all subjective. These are just my thoughts on the issue and just breakdown of it as a whole. So, alright, that's all I gotta say. Take care now. Bye-bye then. I'll see you next time. Teen Titans, please get better.